welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited that you're here because today we're gonna do a first impressions video. I got a couple of products that I've been really interested to try, so I'm happy that I'm gonna share these with you. So I got the new Too Faced Born This Way Super Coverage Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. That was a mouthful. And then I also got the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Loose Powder. So in my opinion, these were two, I anticipated these products before I was able to get my hands on them. I was really excited that they were coming out because first of all, I was already looking for a new concealer and a new loose powder. I was using for concealer before I was using Tarte Shape Tape. My favorite, all-time favorite concealer is NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. The only issue I had with that was, first of all, I felt like it ran out super quickly, and the application wand is really small, so it was kind of annoying. I would have to go back in over and over to put the product on. So anyway, I'm glad to be testing this out, and then the Huda Beauty loose powder, because I was using, before this one, I was using Laura Mercier loose powder, and I just finished my second container of it actually, so came at a perfect time. Now let's talk about the concealers first, because my idea when I ordered these concealers was I was gonna use one as a foundation, one as a highlight, and then one as a contour. So I got 3 shades, but since it was only available, currently it's only available online. I think it's coming to Sephora on the 20th of July. So I was nervous, hopefully I got the right shades, let's see. So I got Warm Sand for my foundation shade, Sand for my highlight shade, and then Chestnut for my contour shade. All right, so just a little bit of information that they have on here. It says that it's infused with coconut water to delicately replenish skin's moisture levels, alpine rose to brighten skin's appearance and promote elasticity, hyaluronic acid for a smoother, more youthful looking appearance. So it's hydrating, long wearing, photo friendly, non-comedogenic. I'll have to look that word up. So it says you can cover, contour, highlight, and retouch with this super perfecting natural finish concealer makeup hybrid for a modern and hydrated, multi-ready complexion. Fully loaded pigments provide for a look so flawless they'll think you were born this way. So that's a nice idea that they have. I mean, obviously you want to wear makeup that doesn't exactly look like makeup. You don't want people to look at you and say, "Oh my gosh, what concealer are you wearing?" You want people to say your skin looks great. And then I guess you can get into what you have on. All right, so first we're gonna start off with Warm Sand. So now, first of all, I really like how substantial this the package is. It's plastic, but it looks like frosted glass, so that's nice. It's great for traveling. It's actually really pretty too, so it'll look nice, you know, on your vanity. Okay, so first of all, this wand is huge, which I really like because if I'm gonna be using it as a foundation, as a concealer, as a contour, I mean, you don't have to constantly go back into the container to get more product. It's nice that if I'm gonna be using, like this is my foundation shade, Warm Sand, I can do a couple of swipes all over my face and then blend it in. So here we go, let's try it. Hopefully, it's gonna be fine. So, I mean, oh, it's yellow, really yellow, which I like. All the shades that I got, when I read the descriptions, they said they had yellow or golden undertones, which is what I look for. So far I really like it. I can see I have a dark mark here. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's kind of peeking through, so I'm just gonna put a little bit more right there and see what happens, see if it covers it. And one thing I do want to point out, when I had the Tarte Shape Tape, and I'm comparing it to the Tarte Shape Tape because Tarte has a similar, the Shape Tape had a similar package with a super thick wand and a big applicator. The Shape Tape used to get so messy around the rim. When I would put it back in, it would be like coming out of the bottle. And at first I thought this wouldn't do that, but I guess because the wand is so fat and it has so much product on it, maybe that's why it does do that. And I see that it's already starting to come out a little bit. Okay, so that is the concealer as foundation. Now we're gonna use Sand. That's the next color that I got. We're gonna use Sand as my concealer. So the things I look for in a concealer are, and I'm gonna use my beauty blender to blend it out. The things I look for in a concealer are coverage, comfortability, and staying power. I think it looks really good. It's not too bright, but it is brightening, which I'm happy about because I wasn't sure that I was going too light in the color that I chose. It was just only one shade lighter than the foundation shade, than the shade that I picked to be my foundation. So I was like, I don't know, will you even notice the difference? But I think it looks really natural, the shade that I chose. So far, I really like it. So I just opened this package and it's really messy. It got all in the box. Okay, so before I contour, I'm gonna try the powder to set my under eye so it could bake while I'm doing my contour. This one says it keeps makeup in place, absorbs shine, and no flashback. I like the packaging, it's square. I usually like round packages, but this one looks cute. It's kind of open, I guess that's why it came out. Here's the product on the inside. It has a little net in there, a little sifter. It's supposed to be super finely milled, and I guess the sifter keeps it that way. It feels really smooth though, like really, really soft. Oh, it's nice, okay. So the shade that I got is Blondie. And let's see, this is a yellow powder, and I prefer yellow powders. Even though I really like the Laura Mercier powder that I was using that I told you guys about before, it was white, and sometimes it could leave a white cast, or if you put too much, it could get really bright. But in the winter months when I'm a little paler, it didn't matter. But if I had a tan, it would make a difference. So let's try this powder. I'm gonna try it with my damp beauty blender. All right, so I never had a setting powder with a smell. It smells like perfume. It smells good though. It smells good. All right, so we're gonna let that sit, and then we're gonna contour now with our darkest shade that we got. I heard a lot of people saying that it was too fragrant and that it was too intense, but I don't really think it's intense at all. I think it's really nice. Okay, so I like this fragrance, and I heard it smells just like her foundation, the Huda Beauty, I think it's called Full Filter Foundation or something like that. I haven't tried it, but so far I really like the powder, so I'm gonna be trying some of her other products too. I'm just gonna do a little bit of contour because I already did my powder. Okay, so I don't know that I would use this product to contour for real because it's a liquid. I feel like you can apply too much, so I'd probably stick to a cream contour like I would usually do, and then a powder on top. But it's nice if you like it. It is nice for it. I mean, they have nice shades for contouring, so I'd say go for it if you're into it. First of all, what I will say about this Huda Beauty Easy Bake Powder, when you're putting it on, like you could literally see it mattifying your skin. I can't explain it, but can you see like around the edges around where I applied it, you could just see that it's mattifying your skin. I don't even know how to describe it. Like you could just see it. So I really like the Huda Easy Bake Powder so far. I did have a little bit more of higher expectation for it. I thought it was going to be super airbrush looking, like everyone says. I don't know how it's running on camera yet. I guess when I look back at the footage, I'll be able to see. But right now, it looks good. It's not groundbreaking it's not so fantastic. It's not as fantastic as I thought it was gonna be. Like, it looks good. I guess I just expected it to be super smooth and really airbrushed because that's what I've been hearing about it. But it is a good powder. It is a really nice powder. So far, I bought it and I would keep it. Dang! It looks so good. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Don't you think? Even under eye? How it look? So basically, this is my makeup done. On a regular day, I probably wouldn't even wear this much. But so far, I really like it. First impressions, I really do like it. And I've changed my mind. Just a second ago, I said that I didn't really think it was a big deal. The Huda Beauty loose powder, I didn't really think it was like mind-blowing, but actually, I did a little bit of my face mist, and it really looks good. It looks really good. It looks really good. You guys, I really like it. Here's what I'll say so far about both products. So the concealer, I'm sold on it. It gave great coverage. It feels comfortable. It doesn't feel like I have anything on. And to be able to wear it as a foundation and a concealer, I think that's great. One thing about it, like the contour shade that I got, Chestnut, I don't think I'll contour with this product. First of all, the wand is so fat that you can easily lose control. I don't know if you can see now, but on this side of my face, the contour is a little bit thicker than this side of my face. And I didn't even do any serious contouring. I just did basically a bronzing. And I feel like because the wand is so big and you have quite a lot of product on the wand, you lose control easily. So I don't think I'll contour with it, but it is nice for contour. The formula is really great. So I think if you want to contour with it, it's a good product to do it with. But so far, using it as a foundation and a concealer, I'm in love with it. And I really like the Huda Beauty loose powder. I'm really into it. It looks really good. I mean, I feel like my skin looks airbrushed. All right, so so my first impressions are really great of these products. I would definitely buy based on what I saw so far. I am gonna wear it out. I think it's gonna be 95 today. It's gonna be pretty hot, so we'll see how it responds to the weather. And I will check back with you and let you know how I'm feeling about it later on. See you in a sec. Hey guys, I'm back. So it's like 7 o'clock and I did my makeup about 10:30 this morning. And I think it held up pretty well. What I will say is it laid nicely throughout the day underneath my eye. It's still matte under there actually, but it still looks really smooth. I did get oily on my nose, forehead, and the makeup settled into my smile lines, which usually happens. So all these things are not unusual, but I think it looks pretty good with all that happening. So what I'm gonna do is, on a normal day, I would probably touch up my face maybe halfway through the day anyway. So I think it looks pretty good considering it's been pretty much a whole day. So I'm gonna take a damp beauty blender and just touch up where I would normally and just see how it looks. So basically, I love it. I love the concealer and I love the powder. The concealer as a foundation, I'd say I'd use it again. Now, I wouldn't say this concealer is bulletproof. On a really hot day, you will have to touch up. It did settle into my smile lines, but I've never had even a foundation that didn't settle into my smile lines. I think it's a go for the concealer. I really love it and I'm gonna keep using it. The only thing I will say about using it as a contour is it's easy to lose control of the product and maybe put too much. When I was doing my makeup earlier this morning, I put a little bit too much on my right side because it was the first application. So I had to work a little bit harder to blend it out to make it match my left side. The only time I really see that being a problem is if I'm in a rush and I'm doing my makeup in the morning before work. If you have 5 minutes to do your makeup, you don't have time to really, blend down your contour. And then you don't have to use it as a contour specifically. It could just be a little bit of a bronzing. You just put a little bit on and then go. But like I said, it's easy to lose control of the product. So I'm gonna see if I'm gonna continue to use it as a contour bronzer type of situation, or maybe I'll just use it only for highlighting and foundation. So I'm gonna say I recommend Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. I think it looks really good, really natural. It doesn't look heavy or cakey, and especially in a 95, I think it was like 95 degrees today, and it held up really well. So I can imagine this will be a great concealer to use throughout the year, especially in the winter months, because it is pretty hydrating without making you look oily. And I have an oily T-zone and I don't really have any complaints. Mine are touching up and I think that's pretty usual. So I think the concealer is great. The powder, I really love the Huda Beauty baking powder. It feels really, really, really silky smooth to the touch. It lays nicely on the skin. I did bake with it on a normal everyday basis. I might not be able to bake per se, but even when I did a little touch up, when I came back for the check-in, it was great. Just using a really fluffy, this is a Bobbi Brown sheer powder brush that I have, just a light dusting, just to take care of a little bit of oil. I think it was great. I mean, the color was great for me. I am interested in trying other shades of this powder. It is a sheer powder, so it's not like it's gonna give you much color or coverage or anything like that. But I just wonder if maybe this, the banana shade that I got, what shade is it? Oh, this is Blondie. Maybe if I tried one lighter under my eyes and then Blondie all over my face, what would be the difference? So I'm interested in trying other shades of this. And I hope she comes out with a pressed version that I can carry around in my bag for a touch up throughout the day, because loose powders are messy. All loose powders are messy. So this is no exception, but it is a really great powder. The smell is really nice. I don't really have a problem with it. It does get a little overwhelming once you're like baking and the powder starts flying around. I coughed a couple times, but it really doesn't bother me that much. Like I said, this was my first impression, so I'll know for sure after a few more tries. But I'm definitely gonna keep everything because I really liked it. I would recommend them all based on this first trial. Let me know if you tried any of the products that I talked about today and how they work for you, if you like them. Is this your new holy grail concealer? Are you into the Huda powder, the Huda baking powder? So that's all I have for you guys today. So let me know if you liked the video. Comment, subscribe, give me a thumbs up if you liked it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.